Good morning to everyone! What a royally beautiful day! Today looks like a good day for... What am I supposed to do today? Maybe my royal advisor can tell me. Fred? Fred!
Well, your royal majesticalness, today is the day.
For what?
Well, today is the most important day of the year. Don't you remember what time of year it is?
Time for me to change my socks?
Wrong.
Time for me to brush my teeth?
Wrong.
Time for me to use my deodorant?
Well, no, but it sure wouldn't hurt. No, sire, it is time for you to take an account of all your servants.
Oh, yes, how foolish of me. I will now begin to take account of my servants. A 1 and a 2.
So much for your imitation of Lawrence Welk. Let's get down to business. I'll go find the royal record book.
Okay, who is first on the list?
First on the list is Ferd Burfel. Ferd's all paid up. Next we have Gertrude Snodgrass. She owes you 50 cents.
Send her a bill.
Can't do that.
Why not?
She died last week.
Well then, send her a sympathy card and tell her we'll give her another week to pay. Who's next?
Next we have the royal cook. I'm a poisoner. The only debt she has is that her meatloaf killed one of your royal subjects last week.
Who was that?
Your mother-in-law.
Send her a $500 bonus.
Next we have your servant Claymore. According to your records, he owes you $1 million.
$1 million? Fetch that man immediately.
Good afternoon, Your Highness. I, Claymore, your loyal servant, await you. Fred the advisor said that you needed my help in a far-reaching project where you hope to make $1 million. What was it?
I wanted to reach far down into your wallet is what I wanted to do. You realize you owe me $1 million? What did you ever need $1 million for in the first place?
Well, I wanted to move up in the world, so I bought an elevator company.
Why didn't you pay me back?
Because my partners took the money and gave me the shaft.
Well, I realize that it must have its ups and downs, but that doesn't settle the debt. When do you think you can have the money? Next week or next month?
Well, King, I don't know. I'm kinda short this week.
We have ways of getting the money. We can sell your family, your possessions, and have you work until the debt is paid.
Well, let me think about it for a minute. I'm gonna have to depend on something else besides my money to get me out of this one. Good thing I took beginning drama in junior high. Watch this. Oh, great and merciful King, I throw myself at your feet and plead for mercy. I beg that you would show compassion and mercy to one who is unworthy of being called your servant. Oh, great King.
Oh, for crying out loud. I can't stand to see a grown man cry out loud. And since I don't have a place to sit down, I'll just ask you to leave and we'll forget the whole thing.
Oh, thankful person that I am. Your great mercy and kindness shall forever be remembered, O King. This act will be a living monument to your greatness. Oh, I praise and thank you, most wonderful ruler of our land. Catch you later, Kingy baby.
I hope I didn't make a mistake in doing that.
Well, I told you to watch, didn't I? Did you see the way the king fell for that old sob story? I figured he was gonna call me in sooner or later. I've been working on that routine for a while.
La 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 la. What a good day for a walk. The sun is shining bright and... Well, what do you know? Here is my good friend and neighbor, Mr. Claymore.
Hi, Abigail. What are you so happy about?
I just had a great day at school. I got an A on my spelling test, a home run in kickball, and today I didn't forget my lunch money like I did yesterday. I sure thank you for loaning me some lunch money yesterday, Mr. Claymore.
Well, no problem, Abigail. You know what a great guy I am. By the way, do you have the money?
No, not now. I'll get my lunch money at the end of the week, and I'll pay you back then.
Come on, Abigail. I know when I'm getting the runaround. Just fork it over.
But Mr. Claymore, I really don't have it. Be patient with me and I'll pay all of it. Maybe I can do some babysitting or feed Mrs. McGillicuddy's camels or something.
Well, there is no problem there, Abigail. I'm sure you can earn the money building birdhouses while you're in jail.
Jail? You wouldn't throw me in jail for a measly old debt of 50 cents, would you?
Well, I wouldn't do it, but that policeman over there will. Police! Police!
Yes, sir?
This young lady is financially unable to amass the necessary funds to prevent her from being incarcerated in an established institution of correction.
Excuse me, sir, but could you say that again in English?
I was saying that this young lady can't pay her debt and ought to be locked up.
What do you want me to do about it?
Take her to jail. You know, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Well, in the interest of justice, we ought to get the other side of the story. Speak up, kid.
I'm glad you're going about this fairly. Now this is what happened.
Looks like an open and shut case. Crazy juvenile delinquents? Ought to lock 'em all up. Let's go, kid.
I don't believe what my little baby blue eyes have seen. That old Claymore had Abigail put into jail over 50 cents after the king forgave him a huge debt this morning. I'd better tell the king about this.
What a royally beautiful afternoon! I feel so good after forgiving Claymore this morning. Perhaps he'll turn over a new leaf and begin a productive life. A zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a...
Horrible day!
What did you say?
I said horrible.
Why horrible?
Well, you wouldn't believe it anyhow.
Oh, come on, try me.
Well, it was so surprising to me that I found it unbelievable.
Well, what was it?
It came as such a shock to me that it took 3 years off my growth.
Will you tell me what it was?
All right. I was walking down the street when I saw your servant Claymore talking to little Abigail. She owed him 50 cents but couldn't pay it. He demanded it, and when she begged and pleaded, do you know what he did?
He forgave the debt.
He had her thrown into jail.
He had her thrown into jail. He what? I don't believe it.
Neither did I, but that's what happened. Little Abigail is cooling her heels into Slammer right now.
Speaking of heels, why don't you go and get that rotten bum Claymore and send him here to me?
Yes, sir, your majesticalness.
Well, so much for turning over a new leaf. Guess he's going to have to learn the hard way.
You wanted to see me, sir?
I sure do. You remember this morning when I forgave your debt?
I sure do, King, and I've been meaning to thank you for that. Your kindness and compassion will forever be remembered.
Well, I'm a firm believer in the policy of forgive and forget.
Yes, oh great and wonderful King.
So, this morning I forgave you, and now I'm going to forget that I forgave you.
Yes, oh magnificent. Huh?
I said, this morning I forgave you, and now I'm going to forget that I forgave you. Forgive and forget, right?
I don't understand, King.
Yes, and I don't understand how you could be forgiven such a debt and go straight out and have Abigail imprisoned over 50 cents.
Can I help it if she couldn't act as well as I can?
Well, since you're such a terrific actor, I'm going to cast you in a very demanding role. It will demand you give 99 years of hard labor on the rock pile.
Sorry, King. I don't have a rock pile.
That's quite all right. The state penitentiary has a fine one. I'll even provide a personal escort. Police! Police!
Yes, sir?
Take this man to jail and have Abigail released immediately. Take him away.
You know, King, I really admire the way you handled that situation.
You do?
Yeah, it reminded me of the way God wants us to forgive each other. He said for us to forgive our fellow man as often as he asks.
That's right. 'Cause if we won't forgive others, then God can't forgive us. I just hope Claymore learns that lesson before it's too late. What's next on the agenda, Fred?
The Royal Parade. You're the Grand Marshal.
I'm the king.
Oh, yeah.
Is my limousine ready?
Well, you might say it's in tip-top shape.
How's that?
The top is tipping to one side.
I don't understand.
Well, King, you know how I've been saying they should widen the door on the royal garage? I just did it myself. But look on the bright side. You always wanted a 2-door compact instead of a 12-door luxury car.
You mean to tell me that...
It all comes down to forgive and forget, right, King?
That's right. So here's what I'm gonna do, Fred. I'm gonna forgive you for wrecking my car.
Oh, thank you, esteemed ruler.
I'm also gonna forget to pay you until the damage has been repaired.
But King,
Now, where's my bicycle?
I need my
I'm
check.
still going to go in that purse.
How am I gonna
somehow.